Hello everyone, this is Michael. I'm a senior developer advocate at GitLab. And in today's GitLab Duo Coffee Chat, we want to look into another challenge, which is about shell scripts and how to explain them with GitLab Duo and Duo Chat, but also how to refactor them. Because certainly sometimes you need to have a bash script, and there is a normal or like the default SH script. There is ZSH, there's dash. So there are certain like different areas and environments. And I've seen it like sometimes in CI/CD, you execute a job using the Alpine container image, which provides SH by default, but the script uses certain syntax from bash scripts, and then it fails. And you can either fix the script or you install bash in the container, or you build your own container. So probably one of the least explored options is to refactor or rewrite the script. And this is something we want to do today. So there's a project or a challenge prepared. So we have a small C program, which we want to compile here. And the program does not much. I use GitLab Duo Code suggestions to generate a cross-platform script or code, which implements some sort of syslog tailing. So they should work on different systems. And the idea here is really to build that. Now I could build that on my own and like navigate into bash source and then run gcc on the file, and it builds or compiles. But oftentimes you really have, so let's delete it again. You might have a script to do that. And the script gets long over time, and then it's like someone needs to maintain that. And the script might not look as good as it does here already with like functions to print everything. But I asked Duo Chat to provide me with an example here. And this script does a lot of things like linting, testing, building, packaging. But we can expand on that. Now, the general idea here is to use or to select the source code first, or source code, the shell script first, and then navigate into GitLab Duo Chat here and use /explain to get an overview what the script actually does, which allows us, or which can be helpful to get an idea what changes will be needed or how we can extend it. Speaking of like extending the script, I could say I want to refactor the script without any prompt. It might try certain improvements for us, and it's generating that while streaming. Let's see. Edit set-u to treat unset variables as an error. Okay, this improves the quality. And it said set-o pipe failed to ensure that the pipeline returns a non-zero status if a command fails. This is also helpful for running it in CI/CD and much further. So we could, in this case, we could go ahead and copy that over, but let's have a quick look what it does. There are more functions. It wraps everything into functions, and it also has the main execution here. So I think this is a good start. Let's copy that over. And can I replace everything? I think so. And then, oops, I should have run this. Let's revert that. I should have run the script before showing, before refactoring it actually. And to run the script, you need to have GCC, tar, and CPP check installed, which is available in Homebrew. It's described in the readme.md. I can run bash, like using the shell interpreter here, and run build bash. So it runs, it builds the source code, and it generated this table. Now, if I selecting this select it again and run it again, it should do the same. But let's verify that by deleting the program, the table. Do we have a binary? I think in build should have a binary, yes. Let's delete build my program. And certainly a make file is much more efficient here, but we can see we get it back. So the script works, and could essentially try to run my program. I don't know exactly what it does. Oh, I actually need to pass the syslog file. I'm not sure if it will work now on macOS. Oh, it actually does. Oh, it's quite nice. To be honest, I didn't test it before recording, starting the recording. So we have the source code now. We know the script works in a better fashion, but what if we need to refactor that? Let's just version 1 refactor bash script. Oops. Let's commit that or persist that so everyone can follow along what we do here. The other thing we can do is, if we want to keep that, select that and say, we actually want to refactor into plain SH, which can be an option. And then it's like, it depends what the operating system thinks that SH should be. And don't feel irritated by streaming the shell script in Markdown. It will be formatted later on. And sometimes it's really like just waiting until everything is streamed and the response is here. Meanwhile, there is certainly other things we can ask, or we can learn from GitLab Duo Chat, is ask which shell prompts or shell environments actually exist, and also and really like learn from that. So oh, it actually didn't format it correctly, but we can try that again. What it tries to do is the bin bash shell shebang will be changed to bin sh. It removed the opipe file option. It's not POSIX compliant. Okay. Change. Okay. Change the def null redirect in order to redirect std out and stdr to def null, so we don't see that on the terminal. Remove the use of the double square brackets in order in favor of a single one for conditionals. Yeah, this is a known thing. I think that's fascism. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but we can also try to refactor the script into ZSH, for example. And macOS changed the default shell from bash to ZSH some years ago or some versions ago, which can also be a possible way to consider like building it locally and have different scripts available, or use a portable version. I've also seen that if we use SH on macOS, it won't work because it's implicitly linking to ZSH in the background. Or it's in older versions, it's implicitly using bash. I think Debian, to some degree, the default shell is dash, or was. I haven't been following along. So it's really like, what is the default shell in the environment, and what are the most common environments you're using. Decide on which shell the script should be written in. If you, for example, maintain an open source project, try to be as POSIX compliant as possible, like just use SH, not bash, or not something else, because the shell might not be available on Unix, on any BSD, like FreeBSD or other BSDs. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them, or maybe even more. So to ensure that the script will always run. Now, this one for ZSH worked. So what we can do now is like copy that and then open the prepared file here. Just copy paste that in and navigate into the terminal and say ZSH build ZSH. And this should work again. Actually, it uses coloring. That's quite nice. Let's remove that and remove that and run that script again. And we get it back. And we can also execute the script again. We're still at the stage of, I have no idea what macOS is logging here, but something. And it's roughly the current time. So it's late here, but anyhow, I really wanted to try this challenge. So we have proved that ZSH works on macOS, but still we also can commit the change and say add ZSH refactored implementation or something similar. And let's just push that branch. Oh, I will push it later. I didn't create a remote repository yet. But I also wanted to go back to the original script, so nothing changed, and then try to refactor that, because it's a little shorter, into SH and see if we get like a different proposal or a different idea of how to refactor that into a POSIX compliant version. Now, there's certainly more to test and try, but let's see. Let's scroll up. Here's the refactored version. Okay. This should theoretically work on macOS as well. The shebang has been changed. So the shebang is the hash exclamation mark slash bin bash or something similar. Replaced echo with printf for more consistent behavior across different shells. Okay. Use POSIX compliant syntax for command substitution instead of backticks. Okay. I'm not good at shell scripting, so I always need help and often 100 browser tabs. Quoted variables to prevent word splitting and globbing. Use POSIX compliant test syntax. Okay. In the single square brackets instead of the double one from bash. Redirected both str to the null for the check tool function. Okay. So it should be the same functionality, and we might be able to test it actually. Let's try it and copy that into the build.sh script here and go into the terminal again and use sh to run build.sh. And this fails. Somehow I expected that. I've seen that before. Explain this error, for example. So for some reason, printf doesn't like the double version. Okay, what does it do? Okay, echo. Let's see if we can just use echo. I don't know if it will work, but let's try it. It's a challenge. I'm not allowed to do anything except in the IDE here. So if we run that, it actually works. Okay, so if we would keep echo, it would also work on macOS. Let's see. Let's use printf again. And check out the solutions branch. Oops. Commit at sh factored implementation. So you, oops, I have no idea what I just did. Implementation, so you can follow along. And for fixing that, let's just copy that again, copy that over, and do another commit, fix stage script on macOS. Okay, so you can see the differences and follow along when you watch the recording and inspect the GitLab or the Git repository. Now that we have the different versions, we can also say, if we go back here, explain, or maybe just say refactor into different shell versions, show 5 of them or something like that. And then it's up to GitLab Duo Chat and the underlying LLM to decide what to do. In this example, I'm using GitLab.com and the latest Claude 3.5 LLM for Duo Chat. So we should get verbose or a lot of suggestions with that. In this specific example, I ask it to like provide examples or like different shell versions. But we can also say, for example, use that prompt again, show 5 of them, explain the key differences as a summary at the bottom. Let's see what it does. It actually repeats the examples, which is great. I also see fish. I totally forgot this exists. And it also TCSH also exists. I think I've seen that at some point. So let's see. Okay, ZSH could be the same as the bash version. Interesting. But we can follow up on that in a prompt. So we have bash, adding the pipe fail. Okay, the POSIX version uses like more POSIX compliant things like the test -d variants. Fish is, I don't know what fish is the difference. Let's call down fish, and then we have TCH-SH. And I might be butchering that. Shebang. Each version uses different shebang. Okay. Error handling. Bash uses the pipe fail. POSIX uses ZEU. ZSH uses setopt. Fish uses set-e. And TCSH doesn't have a direct equivalent. Okay. Different array syntax, different function declaration, variable assignment, looping constructs, conditional statements, command substitution. Okay. So lots of things to learn. And I think it's great to being able to use GitLab Duo to refactor shell scripts into different shell prompts. Yeah, just to recap what we learned today. We started out with looking into a small C program, then decided to compile it. There's a shell script available to compile it, which is written in bash. And then the idea was to analyze and explain that script, refactor it and improve it, and then decide to refactor it into SH or like POSIX compliant SH followed by ZSH, which works on macOS with some fixes and other ideas being applied. We also fixed the SH script on macOS, which didn't work in the beginning, but then could use GitLab Duo again to understand the problem with the printf and exchange that to echo. And last but not least, we now learned about the key differences between different shell prompts like fish, tch, sh, bash, sh, POSIX, and bash itself. So yeah, I hope you learned something new today, like I just did. And we will see each other in the next GitLab Duo Coffee Chat challenge to do more refactoring or more AI-powered workflows. Thanks for watching, and have a great day, evening, morning, wherever you are. Bye-bye.